Maintenance required soon. Every time you see that message, it's time to do the oil change, guys. Let's go ahead and do the oil change and come back and reset that. Hey, what's up, guys? Emmanuel's here. In the garage, I have my 2017 Toyota Highlander Limited 3.5 V6. Today, we are going to do another oil change. If you have a Toyota Highlander, you want to know step by step how to do the oil change and also how to reset the maintenance requires code. Stick around. Okay, guys, for today's oil change, we are going to need the full synthetic oil. Make sure your oil number say OW20. Okay, guys, no matter what, for the Toyota Highlander, it's OW20. All right, it don't matter any brand. This vehicle take up to 5.8 quarts, but I always use 5.5. So when I buy this 1 quart, I divide it, I use half quart, and I save the other half for the next oil change. That's how I've been doing my oil change the entire time. My car has like 40,000+ miles today. I have no problem, guys. So the next thing we're gonna need a Toyota oil filter right here. Do a quick unboxing. You're gonna have 2 O-ring in the filter box, and you are going to have that little adapter right there, the plug. This is for the filter housing to drain the oil from the filter housing. And we have here the Toyota oil filter. Alrighty, guys, so the next thing we're gonna need is a special tool to remove the filter housing. I'm gonna link that in the description. Make sure and check it out. So to remove the drain plug, we are going to need a 14mm, guys. So here I have a 3/8 extension with my 3/8 ratchet. I'm just gonna plug it together and plug it into my 14mm. That will allow me to get more room to remove my drain plug, and also use my 3/8, plug it in right here to remove my filter housing, just like that, guys. Alright, and the next thing we're gonna need, guys, is the O-ring for the drain plug. I got a dozen of O-ring over here. I'm gonna link this in the description if this guy looking to get one. Alright, so we're just gonna need one of these. Make sure to remove the old O-ring. Sometimes it gets stuck. And the next thing we're gonna need here is the tiny little flathead screwdriver. If you don't have a pick, the tiny little flathead screwdriver, we use that to remove the old O-ring from the filter housing. And the last thing we're gonna need, guys, is the funnel. And I forgot, guys, you wanna also have like a bucket to dump your oil in it underneath your vehicle. Okay, guys, now we underneath the vehicle. You need to get your oil bucket ready. This is my oil bucket right there, as you see. And also I have my old coffee cup, which I take it close to the drain so the oil won't go spilling on the floor really hard. All right, so we're gonna grab our 14mm. Alrighty, you see that shiny little bolt right there. If you come underneath the vehicle, that right there is your drain plug. So we are going to take it out, guys. Alrighty, feel free to wear the gloves. Alrighty, I'm not good at wearing gloves. Sometimes I put on gloves and then the next thing I take it out. So what I do here, take my coffee cup right next to the drain plug and remove the plug a little quick. There we go. Then set it right here, and it's gonna fill in there and dump in the container. That saved me from mapping the flow later and all that. So this is the drain, the O-ring for the drain plug I was talking about. Alrighty, you want to make sure you take it out. If it doesn't come out, sometimes it gets stuck on it after sitting there for so long. You have to use that tiny screwdriver that I showed you guys earlier to remove that. Alrighty, so now we have it out. We're gonna let that oil drain a little quick and then move to the filter housing. Alrighty, if you take a look over here, this is your filter housing. What we're gonna do this time, remove the 14mm from the 3/8 little quick, and then plug in the 3/8 extension that will allow us to remove the adapter right there. So before you do so, guys, you want to be able to adjust your oil bucket right underneath the filter housing so you don't get the stuff on the floor. Alrighty, so we're gonna take this out a little quick. There we go. Take it out. Bang. So once we have it out like that, we're gonna leave this right on top of this so we don't look for that later. Alrighty. So when you look in the filter box over here, that little adapter that I measured earlier, this right here, we're gonna plug it into the filter housing so it drains the rest of the oil out before we completely remove the filter housing. So all you have to do is to plug it in like that, and then push it in really hard. There we go. Then we let it go. You see now the oil draining out. This actually drain out sometimes super slow. You have to like give it a time. All right. So sometimes to speed up the process, you might have to open the engine cap where you normally dump the oil. That will create some sort of vacuum to, quickly empty the oil out. After that oil completed drain out, we are going to remove this and try to remove the filter housing, guys. So now we can go ahead and disconnect that little plug. There we go. So keep in mind, guys, when you're disconnecting the plug, this black O-ring right here, it have to come out. Alrighty, for some reason, if this O-ring doesn't come out, that's where you're going to use a little screwdriver to pull it out. So make sure this little O-ring going to come out because you're going to replace that with a new one. So what we're going to do here is to match this. As you see, 1, 2, 3, it needs to line up with 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, you won't be able to remove this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to line it up first. All right, make sure it fit in pretty good. There we go, just like that. Then I can use my 3/8 extension and plug it right into it and take it out, guys. It's going to be a little tight for the first time because it's been sitting there for so long. Alrighty, there we go. But I honestly don't use the torque wrench. I only tighten my filter housing and my drain plug in the way that I know is tight. Alright, so if it's your first time doing it on another vehicle, sometimes people over tight it. So that's the reason it's good to use torque wrench so you don't over tight the thing. Alright, but my situation, it don't sit there for so long, so it's kind of easy to come out. So do not get your eye too close to the filter housing just in case any oil left in it. I'm pretty sure there's no more oil in it, but just be advised, guys. Alright, this is your filter housing right here. And this right here is your dirty little filter. It's going to go to trash, guys. So we're going to take this and clean it and remove the O-ring. This is everything that we're going to be putting back on the vehicle. We got the filter housing right there. It's a little dirty. We're going to grab the rag and wipe it down. Like I said earlier, feel free to use a glove. We're going to use a tiny little screwdrivers and remove this, okay? Take it out. I don't have a nail, so I use my screwdriver to take it out. So once we have it clean up like that, we're going to set that to the side. And then we take that little adapter for the filter housing and wipe it down also and set it down. Well, so now everything is clean. It's time to replace the new stuff on it. Alrighty, guys. So we're going to first take one of the O-ring and just set it there. All we need is just one, guys. Alrighty, we're gonna open that bag and take the O-ring just went into there. All right, this one here, we're gonna put it there. So keep in mind, guys, the O-ring have to be right here. Do not come all the way down here. If you come down here, you're not gonna get a seal. You're gonna end up getting a huge oil leak. So make sure you keep the O-ring like right here, guys. Alrighty. So I'm gonna put it like right there and then walk my way around here. Alrighty, so it stay right in here. Just like that, guys. And next thing we're gonna do here is to take this one here, alrighty, and feed it right in here. Alright, we got it in just like that. It's gonna be a little tough to get it in sometime because it's brand new. Once we have it in like that, then the next thing we're gonna do is grab a little bit of oil and lubricate that. All right, so I got the oil here. I'm gonna dig my finger in a little quick, alrighty, and then kind of like lubricate it around there. Hope you guys see what I'm doing. Lubricate this, so that help give you a better seal. We are going to take the cap or adapter, whatever you want to call that, and hand tag that for now. Alrighty, so we're gonna leave it just like that. And the next thing we're gonna do here, guys, is to grab a new oil filter. Alrighty, it don't matter which side. Alrighty, it's the same. We're just gonna slide right in, guys. There we go, just like that. So what I'm gonna do this time is put just a little bit of oil in here. Alrighty, and dip my fingers in the oil and lubricate the O-ring right there. Remember, do not leave the O-ring dry. You want to make sure the O-ring is lubricated so it will give you a better seal. If the O-ring stays drier, you're not going to get a good seal, and you will end up getting a ton of oil leak, guys. You don't want that to happen. I want you, after you're done watching this video, you turn out to be a professional, save your family some money by doing your oil change. On this channel, I do a lot of stuff, vehicle customizing and other different stuff. I got a Toyota 2017 Highlander and a Honda 2017 Accord, and I have a Toyota Corolla, and I'm gonna be posting all this video on this channel, guys. So let's go ahead and put all these bike on. Do not worry about refilling the oil over here. People say you have to refill oil. I don't really give myself a headache on that. I've been doing myself the oil change so many times on this vehicle. I don't put any oil in there. So now we are going to go and put this back on and put the drain plug back on as well. Before we go ahead and put the drain plug back on, we are going to use the rag and kind of wipe around the drain a little quick. Wipe it pretty good. And then do not worry about that few drip of oil coming out there, because it's going to take forever for that thing to completely drain out. So we're going to go ahead and reseal this bad boy already. There we go. So we put it there and hand tight that for now. So what we're going to do now is remove the 3/8 from the special tool and put the 14mm back on the 3/8 wrench, and then tighten this bad boy. I'm not going to give you the specific torque number for that. Check your owner menu if you have a torque wrench. I don't use torque wrench. I just make sure that I tight it in a way that I'm not going to get an oil leak. There we go. That's tight enough. Do not over tight these things. Make sure you tie that in a way that you're not going to get an oil leak. If you do not have a torque wrench, do not over tight it, guys. All right. You don't want to crack your oil pan, and that will give you hundreds of dollars of repair bills. Before we install the new filter, we want to grab the same rag and wipe into the filter housing here a little quick. Remove all the dirty oil and everything out there. You remember, you put in the brand new filter, so you want to keep it clean, guys. Alrighty, we can go ahead and reinstall the brand new filter, guys. So for now, we are going to hand tighten. Remember, guys, we put the O-ring and then we kind of like lubricate that so we get a better seal. Alrighty, so we're going to hand tighten that for now. So after we hand tighten, we're going to remove the 14mm. We no longer need that. And we're going to plug in the 3/8 into the extension and disconnect that a little quick. Make sure we adjust that to this 1, 2, 3 line right here before we plug in the extension. All right, once it's adjusted like that pretty good, then we can plug this in and tighten it down, guys. So once again, I'm not going to give you the torque number on this. Check your owner menu if you want to use a torque wrench, guys. There we go. So if you're not using torque wrench, do not over tight this so you don't have problem taking it off down the road. So after we got the filter housing tight on, remember this right here, we already put the new O-ring in there. We will lubricate that. So it's time to tighten it back down. There we go. All right, once again, there's no torque number on this. Check your owner menu for torque, okay, guys? So now we are done down here. We got the brand new filter. Over there, we got a drain plug with the brand new O-ring or gasket. How do you want to call that? So all we got to do now is go back up there and refill the oil. All right, guys, let's go ahead and refill the oil a little quick. First off, I'm going to start with a small one. I need to get like a half quart into this. All right. So measure that. It needs to be right on the number 500. That's the way I do it. Remember, this vehicle takes 5.8 quart. So it's up to you if you want to put the 5.8. So I got it right here to 500, which is half quart. All right, so I'm going to open this little quick. When you buy your oil, make sure it's fully sealed so that you're not getting anything thick. Make sure it's sealed like this. If the oil is not sealed, take it back. I don't know about other brand, but this specific brand every time the body is completely sealed like that. All right, so we're gonna take this out real quick. There we go. Make sure none of this stuff go into your engine, guys. So we are going to dump the entire 5 quart. We already put half. So plus this 5 is going to be a 5.5 quart. This gonna take a little bit of time, but hopefully I'm able to process that pretty quick due to my funnel. My funnel is a little big, so it takes more. That's pretty good. I just got this funnel that I think this is my first time using it. It's pretty big. I used to struggle with a tiny little funnel all the time. I don't know, it's by me being lazy not to go Walmart and find something better. So now we have everything in there. We have all the 5.5 quart. I will remind you again, this vehicle is 5.8 quart, so I do 5.5. If you want to use the entire 5.8 quart, you're more than welcome to, guys. Take the engine cap. I like to keep it clean, so we are going to use the rag. Just kind of wipe it down just a little. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and close this little quick. Sometimes they say you gotta run the engine, then test your oil level and all that. I don't do all that because I know exactly how much amount of oil I'm putting into the engine anyway. So all the extra headache is I'm not into that. So we're gonna remove the dipstick and wipe it off. You can see we got some dirty oil on it. Alrighty, and put it back in and see what we have. This step is honestly not necessary because you know how much amount of oil go into your engine. So we got oil, which is cool. Now we are going to go in the vehicle and reset the maintenance request to 0, guys. To reset the maintenance request, what we're gonna do here is to turn on the vehicle, press the brake, and turn on the vehicle. So after you turn on the vehicle, if you see that little gauge over there, the one on the right side, you're gonna use that to switch to trip. So when you look down there, you will see actually my car have 46,000 miles. My wife the one who drives this car, so I really don't pay attention to what's going on. So you're gonna press that, you get to trip. So right now we on trip A. It don't matter, you can go to trip B or trip A, but you have to be on trip. Once we on trip, we are gonna turn off the vehicle, guys. So we're gonna press to this and then press the power button twice, but the vehicle needs to be off. 1, 2. And you're gonna see that line over there is kind of blinking. Once you get to 0, 0, 0, then you let it go. Alrighty, that's how you reset your maintenance request. Very simple. Press and hold to this and then press the power button twice, but do not put your foot on the brake, and that's gonna be blinking, like blinking until it go to 0, 0, 0. Once you see 0, 0, 0, you let go. So you can try to do it again by turning it off. Let's try it again just in case you guys didn't follow it up. So I turn it off. I'm gonna start the vehicle. Like engine is running, and then move to trip, which is already on trip. So it don't matter trip A or trip B. Once you on trip, then you turn off the vehicle. All right, when you turn off the vehicle, you're gonna press and hold this and then turn the power button. Press the power button twice, but do not put your foot on the brake. Alrighty, so 1 time, 2 time, and you're gonna see that line over there is kind of blinking is going away until you get to 0, 0, 0. Then you let it go, guys. That means your maintenance request is already set up, guys. So that's how you do the oil change and the maintenance request.